From my understanding, the ladies who originally started the Links, their main reason was to give back to the community.
We keep our programs running because we have some very, very hardworking members.
As long as we maintain the connection to ourselves and our community through friendship and service, there's nothing we can't accomplish.
I had rather suddenly been moved to Morris County from living in New York City itself, which is very busy, and Morristown was very quiet. And I had 2 children, and I couldn't let them run around me all day long without, some direction or something. And so I think that's part of the reason that I started this chapter of the Links.
I have to piggyback on what my mother was saying about the difficulty of relocating from, New York to New Jersey. I remember that she definitely did not want to do the move, and she felt that the Links, establishing a chapter in Morris County, would help to solve some of the problems that her family and other newly relocated families were facing. Especially, professional black families who had relocated to an unfamiliar territory in New Jersey.
The Links have, a part of them is the youth, and they go on little trips and take part in things that are going on in the community.
Actually had 22 kids for our first film project. The first film was Soul Food. And what we were able to do is to teach our kids through the vehicle of making a film various life skills that they needed, such as public speaking, script writing, analytical thinking, team building. So this project was very unique and successful because
the whole experience in a whole was really eye-opening for me. But I think one thing I remember is we took a field trip, right, to the movies. And we saw Dreamgirls.
Yeah. And I just like that we could start with the idea and shape it, and then in the end, it could come out to something greater.
I did the voiceover for one of the films also, and that was a great experience for me too, because it came to me easier than I thought it would. And I've also thought about maybe thinking about a future in that.
And this right here, working on this project, really spearheaded that passion and that love that I have for working with students. I've been a high school English teacher, and I'm actually in talks right now with certain people to start a charter school next 2 or 3 years.
I think we made an impression on them, and I'm sure I can speak personally that impressions were made on us as well.
First of all, I just want to preface in saying that I am a person that's hands-on. So when the event is being created and all, I like to get my hands in there. So I'm, making baskets and bringing in the supplies and things like that. And I totally enjoyed the senior citizen proms, putting a smile on someone's face, and then the little children come in and dance with them. It just so much fun. But on the other hand, I love the balls. I love dressing up. From my understanding, the ladies who originally started the Links was a group of women who I believe were housewives. Husbands were doctors, lawyers, Indian chiefs, whatever. But their main reason was to give back to the community. Meals on Wheels, feeding the homeless, collecting the suits for women who are going back into the workday world. That's what it's about.
Another program that I was very proud of was a Digital Divide. The Digital Divide was we were taking senior citizens, bringing them into Morristown High on Saturday mornings. And you know what happened? We were given that privilege of using their rooms and using the computers, and nobody Nobody overstepped their boundary. Everybody was loving. Everybody was kind. It was a sense of oneness.
I became a Link in June of 1992. Other than the fact that my mom was a Link and my sister was a Link, seemed like a natural place to go. But I think just the whole idea of what the Links stand for, and the need, especially in Morris County, to be part of an organization of African American women who had a purpose that embodies not only some socialization, but also helping others that were felt to be in need.
I've been with this program for 3 years. I feel like it's developed a lot since the beginning, since I've started. Once you think about it, like once you see the violin at first, you would think, oh, that's just a random instrument, it's like nothing to me. But then in 3 years, a lot's changed, and I feel very passionate about playing violin, especially with all my friends playing with me. Usually classes cost like more than $100, and thank God that's free. The violin is free unless you break it, then you have to pay, but that hasn't happened. They usually come every session when we have violin, and they usually support us, they watch us play. Even if we're bad, they clap for us. They're very nice, and I don't know where we'd be without them.
If we don't know a song, they help us learn it.
I love it when I see them using their violin bow and it's like sawing wood. And then about 3 or 4 rehearsals later, it's not the sawing of wood. You can actually hear the notes. That warms my heart to see the growth from week to week.
So it started out being a program of percussion instruments and teaching kids the fundamentals of music, with the understanding that there was a correlation between music and aptitude and success in the classroom. So we all were very enthusiastic about it and embraced it, and then someone had recommended that we bring it to the neighborhood house and use string instruments instead.
Well, this year will be the 15th year of Dayspring Ministries project in Haiti. And Dayspring has an orphanage there, which was built by a donor here in Morris County. You're basically dealing with people who have talents, and they have skills, and they have ideas of what it is that they want to do, but they do not have the money. If people do help them to develop their skills, then they can build sustainable communities that give hope and sustenance to the people that live there. And by educating the youth of these communities, then in time that the people will be able to support themselves, and they will be able to maintain the hope and the visions that they have for themselves.
I was very young when these group of African American women were meeting at our house and at other homes. But just to be able to see these professional African American women and knowing that there's a purpose behind their meeting, it's something that you aspire to. And it's something that you are a part of, and you're happy that they make you a part of it.
In my senior year of high school, around the springtime, I applied for the Link Scholarship, and to apply you had to submit letters of recommendation from your teachers, an essay, your transcript. So I got picked and received a scholarship for 4 years from the Links organization. And they actually announced it and recognized it at a special scholarship night at school. So it was a really fun night for me. I just gained a whole new perspective. I mean, all my life I lived in Randolph, New Jersey, in a small suburban town, and some kids at my school would just go to school in New Jersey or just schools close to home, but I really always dreamed of going to a great business school where I could get a great education, and with the Lynx, I was able to do that. Knowing that you have an organization like the Lynx behind you, it kind of pushes you to really go further. So I think that was something special that I had compared to other students.
One of the things as chapter president that I would like to continue, make sure that we preserve, is that there's always this communal sense of coming together.
I feel I'm a proud mom, a proud mother. It's great to know that the tradition is being carried on, because so often the young people do not keep up the traditional values I see of the community, and I'm just thrilled that she sees the needs of her own community and is willing to work to see that some of those needs are met.
Well, one of our core projects, which I was really excited to work on, was our Community Health Day program, part of which is a walkathon. I felt very honored that my new sisters trusted me with one of our key programs that links, literally, the links with the Morris County community.
I've been wowed coming to the Lynx. Normally you will find a role model here and there, but coming into Morris County chapter to find 32 women who are phenomenal, who are dynamic, and who are accomplished have been very inspirational to me. Also last year, as a part of the Women's Issues Committee, we adopted Dress for Success, and this empowers women who are disadvantaged, to empower them to get back into the workforce and to give them clothing, to give them hope.
I'm very excited that the Morris County chapter supported an international trends and services project that I was involved with even when I wasn't living here for 5 years. I moved away as an affiliate member to Thailand, and while I was there, I participated in a lot of efforts with immigration detainees who had been trafficked. And even though I wasn't part of the chapter, this chapter supported me. They provided funding, and at least one of the members came to Thailand and actually supported me in visiting some of the detainees there.
The big reception when we were at Last Lynx was held right here. Mel brought all her flowers, all her tall plants and everything. Pool tables all covered with green and white napkins and everything, and all imaginable kinds of goodies and pastries. And remember that, Colette? It was a beautiful night. People came from everywhere, from National, from Eastern area. And we've come a long way from there.
If we didn't have to worry about money, our chapter has the enthusiasm, the energy, and the skill so that it would be limitless what we could do. We could do anything we wanted.
What it is giving back to the community, because you know that's the whole reason and our whole purpose for being here on earth. We're here to give back. That's what God wants us to do. And that's what I believe was the original vision of the Lynx, is to give back.
Thank you.